Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Lewis here from Next Gen Framers, and in this week's video, we will be going over a couple things. We got the boys are finishing up with the sheathing of the roof, and we'll be showing you guys how we zip tape. I'll show you guys the whole process, kind of what we use and how we do that. I'll also show you guys how we also put subfascia on. I'm gonna have probably one of the boys put that on, see if they can do it by themselves, so they can kind of show you guys, if you guys are on the job alone, how you guys can do that by yourselves. There's a couple other things, show you guys how we do put joist hangers on, kind of wrapping up the job. So it's kind of all this small stuff that's just kind of helpful information to know. So I'll show you guys kind of how we put joist hangers on. I'll put those on for you guys. And we're also finishing up the back porch, which we started last week in last week's video. So I'll kind of show you guys wrapping up that there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video, share, and also comment if you guys could. If you guys have any questions, and also let me know what you guys think of everything on the job. And also subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and also that share button for me. All right, guys, I appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's gonna be a great one. And let's get right into it then. Go ahead.
You're down. All right, we're going to show you today how to do subfascia. Shut the f***. Edit that out.
I mean, you can't hear them anyway. You can't hear any of us.
Okay, so today we're going to show you guys how to do subfascia by yourselves. So here on this overhang, we have a 16-inch overhang. So we pulled 14.5 out from the OSB, plumbed the line up, snapped the line through, and now I'm going to cut all these tails off and get ready to put the 2x6 subfascia on here.
Find myself.
It's fine. We have a Sawzall on this lift. Okay, so now to get our top of our subfascia, I want my subfascia to land in the center, or I want my OSB, sorry, that's coming down on my subfascia, to land in the center of my subfascia. So we're gonna bring our pencil down, bring the plane of the roof down until it hits the center. We'll make a mark on one end. We'll level that line back to the house, and because our walls are perfectly lasered in and every single wall is exactly the same height, we get to pull it down from the truss to the top of the wall and transfer that to the other side, snap that line through, and it makes it to where the top and the bottom of your subfascia is perfectly level all the way around. And you see we have our line right here, leveled back to the truss. We're going to put a mark on the truss, and we're going to measure that down to the top of our wall. We have 1 inch, so we're going to go to that side. I'm going to pull up 1 inch, and I'm going to use my 2-foot level over, and that will make this perfectly straight up and down. We'll then set an 8-penny nail, if I can find one. We'll set an 8-penny nail in this mark to hold our string line, heading that way. Pull your string line nice and tight, pull it straight out. There you go, that's the top of your subfascia right there. One thing I do want people to understand when you're cutting the end of your rake off right here, so I'm going to show you something real quick. You're going to take a 6-foot level, you're going to bring the plane of your trusses over. And as you can see right there, the end of our rake's a little high because it can still move until we have it locked in with our subfascia and our sheathing. So this can still move. So when you want to extend your line through, you don't just bring your string line on because it goes up and down. And when you end up putting your subfascia on and then attaching it to the end of this rake, you'll either have a gap from it going down, pushing away from the subfascia, or it'll push your subfascia out if it has to come up. So what I do before I mark where I'm cutting this off is I'll bring my 6-foot level on here, and I'll bring the subfascia down a little bit, or to where I want the plane to be, and then I'm going to bring this like so and mark it on there, bringing this plane through. So as you can see, I got that mark right there, and then just plumb that down. And in theory, it might not be perfect on this plane right now, but when you end up putting the top of this to the plane of the roof, in theory, it should be perfect on the subfascia where you want it, to where there's no gap and it's not pushing your subfascia in and out. So that's nice.
A little better.
A little better. Okay. Another trick I like to do is I'm going to throw another 8-penny nail for height. Height of my subfascia, because I'm doing it by myself, so I have to hold it up somehow. So it's pretty much just a bunch of 8-penny nails. That's how you do it by yourself. So I'm going to grab one of these 2x6s over here. And what I like to do is we're going to hang it out that way, making it break. Because it's over 16 feet, you're going to want to break it right there. So that should be about it. If it's not perfect, you can always cut it off to the back, the next one back, or cut it to the center of that truss. And we're just going to work it along. making sure that your top is to your red line all the way through. Oops, sorry. See how I'm not perfectly centered right here? I'm just gonna take my square. I'm just gonna center it up real quick. Slice that off of there. Okay. Oh, this one's a little heavy. The gun's a little cold. Do we have nails on this? And that's how you do it by yourself. And then sometimes, well, not sometimes, what we do is we will put a string line on the bottom, on the outside, this bottom corner, from end to end, and we'll string this entire subfascia to make sure that it's nice and straight for when you're looking down the edge of the roof at your fascia and soffit line. It's all nice and straight. There's no bow in it or any in and out curve to it. So that's what we're going to do later on after I finish the rest of that.
All right, so we are now building the rest of the porch. We are going to be sheathing the roof up above, and before we do that, we just have to put all the joists going on the inside of here, get the rim on the outside, and then get the joists on the inside, so that way it can take some of the weight off of the roof, because we got to put all the sheathing. We also got the trusses and all that, and these posts can't take all of that weight. So we're just gonna knock out these joists, stick them in there, and then we'll get the sheathing from there. The outside rim going right along here that they are putting up right now is a doubler. The sides are all singles. This one's just a doubler because they're going to be holding all one side of the joists. They're going to be holding all of them.
7 3/4.
Good. Alrighty guys, so Joe and Gabe finished the back porch. back here, and we're gonna see how level it actually is and if they really did the best job that they possibly could. Of course, we're not expecting much, but we're gonna stick this level, we're gonna throw this level all the way across and kind of see how they did. Let's see how it goes. Well, look good. Now we're moving on to the zip tape we're putting on the windowsills. So it's called stretch tape by the same people that made the zip system, like the green stuff right here on the walls and the black tape that we put over it, which we'll show you guys in a little bit. But we're putting the window tape on here, which is very extremely stretchy, and it helps so we don't have to put 1.5 million pieces of the other stuff that we were using. I'll show you guys in a sec how we do it, but there's a white strips on the back that we peel off, and that will make it to where we can stick the tape to the windowsill. So we'll have the shorter piece stick to onto the windowsill, and the longer piece will stick to the outside of the wall, and we'll just stick everything down on it. This stuff is extremely sticky, so make sure you guys are careful how you guys lay it on there and where you guys put it, because it is extremely hard to get apart. And we'll just lay this all along here, making sure we get it nice and flat and don't have any bubbles in it, because you don't want those bubbles in there because water can seep through. Making sure the corners or everything is fully flat, and then we will peel away the white from the bigger end of the tape. And once we pull that off, we'll be able to flatten that out, making sure that we don't have any bubbles in it as well. Make sure you keep the trash inside or put it directly into a trash bag, because that stuff will fly all over the place and you have to go chase it, or people will be telling you that you're leaving it everywhere. So the main thing about this tape that's amazing is the corners. So it's extremely stretchy, and so it'll stretch to where it can be flattened straight out, and that'll make it to where you only have just one long piece across the window, and you don't have a couple other pieces that are cut to where water can leak through those. So definitely go get yourselves some of this if you're not already using stretch zip tape. It is extremely helpful, and we've used it for I don't know how long, and it's helped us in so many ways, and we've never ever had a problem with a customer calling us about leaky windows at all.
Before we started using the zip tape, we didn't have the stretch tape, so we'd cut two pieces about yay big, fold them over in half, and then you cut the corners off. Like this. And then you take the tape off. Like you take the tape off. And you go over the corner of the window like that. Same on this side. Put that butterfly down. And then you take zip tape. And you tape up here. You take another piece, put it out halfway. Ow. Up the side.
Why is this way not better?
It's so much longer.
Oh,
Then you slice the corners, and that's why you got that butterfly there, because they're slicing the corners, so you don't want the water. Tape over the sides. Then take one more strip.
holy cow, dude.
You take over.
That is so much work for just one window.
It's kind of a pain to do it this way because, first of all, this tape's super sticky, so if you get bubbles in it, you ain't getting them out.
Yeah.
Wow. So that just took me about 3 minutes to do one window, and that's why the zip tape or the stretch tape is so much nicer, because you can just cut one piece that'll fit right in the window, stretch them things down, and you're done.
Perfect.
All right, so with this the zip, start over. All right, so with this, oh my God. With this zip system sheeting, so this is waterproof, and then, so all the seams, we space them 1/8 of an inch apart because they're gonna expand and contract over, like with the heat and the cold and all that. So we gotta seal the cracks, and we use the zip tape to do that. But what we gotta do, so the siding's gonna go on.
Water can get through the siding, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the tape and we're going to tape it in such a way that when the water's running down the wall, it's going to stay out of the crack. So with this, we're going to take this seam first all the way up to here, and then run this one over, and then run that one down, so everything folds down on top of each other, and there's no edges open up here for the water to get down and behind.
And they put these markers on here just for a rough idea where to go, because once you start taping over, you can't see the seam anymore, so you might start riding up the wall without noticing because you're so close. So to put these guides here so you have somewhere to go off of.
So like staying inside lines, like coloring.
Yep, exactly. So see how this seam, this is coming up here and this is sealing it over there. So that's, if rain comes down here, it's gonna shed right off of that. And then they give us these rollers with the little Z's on there for zip tape, just to mark. So when you go down the sheet, it's gonna
Little tiny Z's in there. I don't know if you can see it on the video. Just to know that you rolled it on and it is in fact tight and
No way.
stuck to the building.
Right there. That's crazy. I didn't even see the Z's.
And that's how you put zip tape on.
I'm going to show you guys real quick just what we use to keep all the trusses 2 feet apart and held together while we were installing them. So what we use is they're called greenie weenies, is what we call them. They're actually called truss locks. So as you guys can see here, truss locks is what they're called. They kind of look like this. And pretty much, I'll show you guys. So the trusses are right here. And all we did is we just latched one end onto the truss,
and this end onto the truss. And as you guys can see, these are the holes for the screws or nails if you guys want. I prefer screws. We don't put them in because there's really no point. It's kind of just more of a pain to have to come back and unscrew them. But as we install them, as we install the trusses, we just stick these greeny weenies on them, and it holds instead of having to go cut 25 and a half inch blocks and having to nail them on every single one and then have to take them off. So it saves a bunch of time for us and a lot more labor. So in the end, we are saving money there. So definitely go get yourselves one of these. They are definitely worth the money. So the great thing about it snowing so much is that as soon as it starts to melt, it becomes a complete mud bath. So it's about 45 degrees right now, and the snow's all melting. There's a slight wind, which is good too because it's helping it all dry up, but the snow's melting and it is turning into mud, and it is just a hellhole in here, and it is just not fun at all. But right now I'm putting up joist hangers for the porch that we finished. Real quick, just go over these for you guys. This is what the joist hangers look like for right here, and they can all be all different sizes and shapes. Like right here, I got these are joist hangers for the diagonal ones. So as you can see, they're a little more angled than these ones are just straight. Or you got these ones right here. These ones are kind of for corners-ish, not full corners, but wide corners. But as you can see, there's all different types of joist hangers. They kind of make them for whatever you need. But right now I'm putting these joist hangers right up here. I got a couple already on here, but pretty much joist hangers are used as supporters to hold up anything that doesn't have whether it's a stud or something under it to hold it up. So that's what we nail these in. Kind of show you guys how you do it. It's pretty simple, straightforward. You always want to make sure that the bottom, as you guys can see, there's a little bit of a gaping hole. I'll just bang that up with a hammer. Right here was one done, and that's kind of how you want it. You got nails going in here. So right here, I'm just gonna take the gun and I'm gonna scoot it as close as I can to there, and I'm gonna nail it. Great thing about the joist hanger gun is these nails can, this joist hanger gun can shoot through metal. So if you're ever sticking, sometimes you have to stick these, nail these joist hangers onto trusses, and the trusses have the metal on them, and these nails go straight through those trusses. So that's great. It's not great when you accidentally miss one of the holes, getting these in one of the holes, and it just flings back and hits you, whether it's in the eye or in the hand. But yeah, I got to do joist hangers all along on both sides of here, all along there, and all the way along here. And we got a couple of trusses that need joist hangers as well, but that's what I'm doing right now while the boys are just finishing up. The boys are just finishing up the rest of the roof. So right here, Gabe and Dom are up there, and Will and Joe are up there, just putting the rest of the sheathing on. But yeah, as soon as we get the sheathing on, we'll be able to get the rest of the interior framed, and then we will also be able to get the soffit and fascia all on as well. Alrighty guys, that wraps up this week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I got one last thing I'm gonna leave you guys with before we head out. I want to let you guys know, it's a helpful tip for us, and we've just been working better and more efficiently with it as we started doing it. It's in regards to breaks. I know a lot of people take their 10 o'clock 15 minute break at 10 o'clock, an hour long or 45 minute or 30 minute at 12, and then another 15 at 3. At least that's what we used to do for many years. When I first started working here, that's what we did. And probably the last year I worked here, a couple years ago, before I left, we changed the whole system to so what we do is we take a break at 11 o'clock. We take around 15-20 minute break at 11 o'clock, and that one is paid for. And then we would take another 45 minute at 2 o'clock. And the reason we do that is because as soon as we take that 11 o'clock break, we get out and we feel super energized. And once it starts picking up around 12 o'clock, we roll. Like, we go so quickly, we move efficiently. We already got a couple hours down from the day instead of just 2. And I mean, time flies so much faster when you're doing that. And then at 2 o'clock, you take your 45 minute break, and at 2:45, 2:50, and you're back on the job at pretty much, I mean, you're a couple minutes in, it's 3 o'clock, and then all you have to do is, what we do is we leave at 4:30. And that's the big thing too. We don't go till 5, and that makes it where we have 8 hours paid for 8 hours. And if we want to do some overtime, we do about an hour of overtime, but we don't do a bunch of overtime here. We work pretty efficiently in the time that we have here in the 8 hours, and we get a lot done every single time. So I just want to share that with you guys. Let me know if it helps you guys out. If you guys do try it, let me know how you guys feel after you guys do it. If you guys are like, dang, that day went by fast, or I feel so much energized after the 11 o'clock break, let me know, guys, in the comments, and I'd be happy to hear kind of your guys' thoughts on it as well. But other than that wraps up this week's video. We did get a lot done. We wrapped up getting all the zip tape, as you guys saw. We also finished the back porch, got that all done. And we did subfascia as well, finished sheathing this whole entire roof, which took a while for us to sheet everything. I didn't get a lot of video on that for you guys. I'm sorry, but it was a long, hard process that took kind of everybody to work on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a really good video, got a lot done this week. So next week we'll probably just be wrapping everything up, doing the cleanup after we finish soffit fascia, and a little bit of pickup interior framing. And a couple other random things just to knock out, but we should be out of here by the end of next week. We should hopefully be out of here, I'm hoping, but we'll see how it goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to our channel, and also like and share this video if you guys could. But other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.